It's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. During the next 2 hours, our experts will help you with your gardening questions when you call 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. Or come by Milberger's during the show and have your question answered in person. And now it's time for Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. 210-308-8867 is our number. But you know what? Why don't you come on out and visit with us in person at 1604 on Bulverde Road, and we can answer that gardening question for you. I'm trying to see is the Misty still there? Are those or no?
All right.
Well, there's some.
Is some in the front?
The Misty Salvia right there.
Right. Okay. The purple one, that is okay.
But
yeah.
Are those unflowered ones or the ones that do not have the flower spikes right behind it?
Maybe so. Oh, I bet they are. Because the tag looks like it's got a purple picture.
I was going to say it's same pot. It looks like. Now that there is a reason why. Why are those still available?
Why?
No blooms.
There are no blooms.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So we saved them.
There you go. Well, we still have some here. We talked about them yesterday. I encourage you to go online and look them up and see the pictures because they're absolutely gorgeous. 210-308-8867. If you don't want to come out, you can visit with us over the phone. 210-308-8867. Don't know how to describe today except drizzly and rainy.
It was cloudy and foggy this morning. I was here very early.
Oh, that's right.
And
does that make for good video or for?
Yes, it does actually.
Yeah. That's what
I've learned over the years from photographers as well. And I went, it's just kind of shady.
Mm-hmm. That's
and
a good thing.
They go, that's good.
Yeah.
That's primo. And so it started raining or misting, heavy mists at 11.
Oh, okay.
And I decided to go get a cup of coffee.
That was smart.
Yeah.
And, on driving here, it was all kind of misty coming in with the windshield wipers on and stuff. But it's okay. I guess every little bit helps.
That is correct, sir.
Oh, Trace, do you want to come up on the porch? Or are you okay? Okay.
he's been walking around since 8:15 here.
Okay.
So anytime I interview anybody, Milton, for a job, first thing I tell them is if it's hot outside, you're in it.
Yeah.
If it's cold outside, you're in it. If it's raining outside, you will be wet.
Okay. Which seems to be true today. You seem to be a little wet.
A little wet.
All right. Well, 210-308-8867. You want to make that announcement that, or maybe, is it hypothetical? Theoretical?
It's always theoretical until it materializes. But on paper, I found some ruby crushes. So
I know. Look at Calvin.
I know.
His jaw literally dropped.
On paper. They have to materialize first.
Right.
And I'm going to get the first three if they show
up.
up.
Yeah.
Are the Thunderbirds with them?
No.
Oh.
I didn't say anything about Thunderbird. Said Ruby Crush.
One at a time, Calvin. Just be happy for the Ruby Crush. That's great, though, because Calvin...
Theoretically be happy, because...
Yeah, theoretically be happy. That's what the first thing, when Trace told me that, I was like, boy, you got to come up there because Calvin's going to be so happy, theoretically.
Hey, speak in the microphone.
I am speaking in the microphone.
Oh, maybe that's me going out.
It's you, because I can hear him
me.
just fine.
Yeah, okay.
Are you cutting in and out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, let's see if I can...
No. I was just here. I was waiting for that moment where we remind
He
somebody.
wanted a zinger on you.
Yeah, I wanted a zinger. I want bazinga.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay.
But is that better? Can you...
that's beautiful.
All right.
That's wonderful.
Well, Trace, what else is going on?
Why do you have a crick in your neck?
I have a crick in my neck?
Never mind. You were doing
okay.
It was bad.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
You were trying to hear me better like a German Shepherd does.
Okay. Hi, Trace. What's going on here at Milberger's?
It's a beautiful day. Even though the sun's not out, still nice, and we got lots of color to choose from.
Oh, my gosh. That's absolutely true.
In fact, more than normal, because we really didn't sell much on Thursday, but we ordered like we were. So we got lots of stuff.
That's interesting. Yeah, no, they really do. And lots of, I mean, you name the color, and we got it.
Blue. There's more blue than normally.
Yeah, I got some blue plum bacon.
The mist flower and...
So that one variety, Misty's almost gone.
I know. And is the one behind it? Oh, that's not it, Mark.
Oh, what? Oh.
The one behind it is not it.
Mystic is behind it.
Oh.
So it's not on sale.
Much like a parent does. It's hovering.
But
yes,
I do have some more coming, but they won't be on sale.
Okay, so hurry. Get over here now. Be careful in the rain, but get over here now because I think I can count on two hands. Maybe I have to take off one shoe. All the ones that are left.
Correct.
So
and you never know what's going to be a good seller or not. So I always shoot for 300. Sometimes I have leftovers. Sometimes I don't.
But that sure is pretty. That's a showstopper. I mean, that's one of those ones. Every now and then you have something in bloom here where people are wheeling their baskets or their wagons by.
So
and
that was
stop.
one. And then that Gara over there was the other one that just seems to be flying out the door. The pink Gara right by just past the lantana.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. I am speaking in my microphone.
Yes. You're okay.
And actually two different personalities.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. To me, this salvia there strikes me as being such a disciplined grower, and the Gara is known for not being a disciplined grower, but maybe this one is more. But it's an unusual color for it, too.
The breeders are always trying to instill discipline and uniformity. That's just their goal. On the tomatoes, that's always the thing. We always laugh. A new tomato, a brand new species or variety. What does it look like? Oh, let me guess. Round, red.
Yeah.
Consistent.
Could be oval.
No.
Like the ruby.
No. They want tennis ball shape.
Oh, okay.
Red, uniformity.
Well,
good taste.
But I'm just ignoring him because my favorite is not that shape.
Yeah, I was going to say
that Ruby Crush is a grape. Well, even an extended grape kind of shape.
I think Calvin. Did you ask him what day they were going to arrive?
No.
Oh no, you need to know.
Yeah.
Theoretically,
theoretically, it's Wednesday.
Oh, Calvin's going to be camping here Tuesday
Thursday.
night.
Oh, here he comes back.
Okay.
Was I right?
So actually,
Here's my favorite word.
What's that? Theoretically?
So I said they might be here Thursday.
Theoretically.
Wednesday or Thursday.
Calvin's trying to figure out when to start camping here.
Well, the guy that had them listed historically shows up sometime Wednesday.
All right.
Is it going to be AM or PM? I don't know.
Let's remind the listeners. Of course, most of them have heard us talk about Ruby Crush, and I think it's a consensus. Well, maybe not Mark. Consensus between us that it's the best tasting tomato.
So when you pick, you need to go out hungry.
Yeah.
And that way you can still bring a whole lot of them in, but you can eat while you're picking. It's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's a wonderful tasting tomato, and beyond that, if that isn't enough, it is also one of those that starts to produce the earliest usually, and produces the longest through conditions.
Mine went all summer.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Once it gets past the dog area.
Yeah.
And some.
It's the one. Yeah, the one.
Did you have some questions? Can we ask it on the air? We're doing a radio show. Will you come on the air with us? It's easy. You'll be great. I promise. You'll be great.
I just need to.
There you go.
I just need to find liquid.
Liquid.
They cut my trees. Yeah. Those nuisance trees that grow in the fence, and I don't want them to regrow. because they cut them down to the
How long
to
ago?
the ground.
How long ago did they cut
A
'em?
few months ago. I mean, a few weeks ago.
All right, so I'm going to go show you the product that should have gone on there immediately.
Cut. It is a product that you put on that cut, but what Trace is saying it needed to go on there quick. And
You've
then
lost
it
the
goes
show.
down and kills it.
You lost the show, Milton.
Can
works
we do
very
it
well.
Calvin needs a crick in his
this
neck,
late?
so he gets back to the microphone.
Yeah, but you get it, and then the next time you cut them, then you will be ready to put that on there, and that'll prevent having to cut them again.
Okay. Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, 210. Whoop. Okay.
All right, follow the man in the orange.
And follow the man like the man in black, but different. All right,
All right.
210
Shall we,
308 8867. Well,
synthesize that into a statement. So she had some
Yeah,
trees
good,
that
thank
were
you.
cut,
mm-hmm.
and I can imagine they were ligustrum, hackberry, or chinaberry, and
Or mulberry.
yeah, it's a nuisance. Yeah, I guess. So she didn't want everyone to come back. So what is she going to put? Well, what we knew it as cut, stump, and vine.
Oh,
killer.
yeah, okay.
But I think Trace told me the name has changed, but he'll tell us when he gets back.
Mm-hmm.
But that is it's a few drops of this chemical, and it comes in a small bottle, and you can just put it on the cut, and it will take care of it.
Yeah.
Reasonably priced,
Yep.
and lasts a long time, that small container of it, and works very well. If you follow the relatively simple instructions, which are immediately, as quick as you can, get it covered. Now, I'm still not convinced that it doesn't, most of the time, it doesn't work even if it's one day. But I think Trace and Mark are more comfortable if you do it right after, within a half an hour after it's cut.
Yeah, the sooner the better. How about that?
Yeah.
I do have some leeway in it. It's a great chemical. You don't need a whole lot, and that's the kind of thing. But if you wanted to put some on the roots, yeah, you could get some effect out of it.
Do they?
But it's mostly for
Yeah.
cuts.
Now, one of the things, well, several of the characteristics that I liked the most were that there was a brush inside,
Mm-hmm.
and then it also had a colored dye, so that you could see that where you had put it.
Yeah.
Now, if you're doing the cutting and then you're also doing the application, then it makes a pretty big difference if you can see where you left off. Now, is that still
There's
characteristic?
That's one of the questions we had to get from Trace, because he buys the products, and he knows what is the latest version of
Yeah.
it. Because there was some question about the dye. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah, he does. I think he does put the dye in.
So I don't know if what happened. Was it a separate applicator? Did they put the dye in? Do you have to put the dye on? It's all those kind of things. But cut, stump, and vine killer is the way to go.
Works
Yep.
well.
Yep. All right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. So I was going to go run out and try to remove that rose that we talked about, the knockout.
Yeah.
But I still may. But it's got a lot of new growth on it. I thought it just looked scraggly. So I cut out all the dead wood. And I don't know, maybe I'll just leave it there.
Yeah.
What do you think?
And then the other, I complained. Well, I didn't complain. I just stated
Observed.
that
Observed, yes.
the Grandma's Yellow was the only one
yeah.
not blooming. Well,
Yeah.
of course, Grandma's Yellow is all three of them are blooming now.
Oh, are they? Okay.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable.
They heard you, and on the way home, they all decided that I will show him.
Yeah.
They will all bloom now.
Now, and all three of those, and I was going to. Somebody out there will say, "Well, that won't be consistent," but all three of those are uniform, basically, and you actually can expect them to be pretty much the same size. That's why I like them so much as a combination. Grandma's Yellow, Mrs. Dudley Cross,
Deadly Cross,
Belinda's Dream, and what is my other it's the
Easy Living? No.
Yep.
Is that the one? No.
There's two names for it, and we can't.
Katie. Well, formerly Katie Road, but
Katie Road.
I'm pretty sure that's Easy Living or
No,
okay.
something similar to that.
Carefree
Beauty.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Carefree Beauty is my favorite.
Coffee is
even though I
kicking
can't remember its name. Carefree Beauty has got basically a flat, about 5 inches around, and it's got about 3 layers or 4 layers is all petals.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a kind that makes a good cut flower, but very spectacular in the garden. And then the other thing it does, that over a long bloom period, it also produces the rose
Rose hips.
fruit. Relatively large rose hips, and you don't have to. The blooming doesn't stop. The blooms, these blooms that I see now, will produce the rose hips, and it'll still be blooming for 6 or 7 months later. And but if you're into rose hips for tea or for wildlife habitat or for the birds, that's the one to get. Carefree Beauty, and it's very very attractive. And of course, it's one of those tough modern roses that you don't have to make a schedule and take time off from work to prune it. You don't have. It's very drought tolerant, pest resistant, and of course, like any rose, though, the deer will eat it, the roses. But take a look at those tough modern roses. I know in the sales we're also promoting the hybrid tea roses, which is about how many are there? About 12 of them, different ones, or 15 different ones.
Oh, I was going to say 12,000.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hey, let's get to Ray on the line at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Ray, welcome to Milberger's Gardening, South Texas. What's going on?
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Got a couple of questions. I went and dug up some prairie verbena and put it in a 1-gallon container, doing really well, with this drizzly weather. And also dug up some primrose, pink buttercup, and put them in a 1-gallon container. Then I started doing some research on the primrose, and it seems that this is a very invasive plant and spreads very readily and takes over gardens and all that kind of stuff. So I'm wondering, first of all, is the primrose something that can be controlled real well in a container that would be on a patio, or is enough seed going to blow out in the lawn to where it's going to be a problem?
Which primrose is it?
Yeah, there you go, Calvin. Thank you.
Okay. Let me look. I got the name of it. It's the one. Let's see. Hold on. I got it right here on my desktop.
He's looking right on his desktop now.
It's
This is a
definitely not the one that is blooms in the winter time.
Yeah.
Because that does not.
It's OENOTHERA speciosa.
It's that's the wildflower, I think.
No,
It's a wallflower. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the one I was going to say,
What color is it? Pink or white? Or
Pink. Yeah, it's pink.
Pink. Yeah. Well, if it's the one I think it is, it's not going to take. It has a short bloom period, and it's a wonderful addition to your this time of the year. A wonderful addition to your landscape.
I think the one that you see alongside the roads is a different one than the one that may be on the internet that's invasive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I don't think now. If you ask me what the species name is, right now I can't remember. Other than the fact I think it's the evening primrose. That's the wildflower one, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what this one is. It's the wildflower because I dug it up close to where there's a creek, and that's where I got the verbena as well.
Right.
I just didn't want to, go through and plant this thing in my flower bed, and then all of a sudden, what I'm reading is it spreads out. It's a ground cover, and it just takes over. Where I dug it up from, you could tell it is like a ground cover. It spreads out on the ground, but how large it gets and how invasive it is, I guess I'd have to test it.
Do you? You've got the Latin binomial. Have you got on your phone or on your computer? Can you go to that and verify that is the wildflower or the evening primrose, just so you're not caught unawares? But I think I'm with Mark. I think it is sounds like the one, and it is. If it is, it's definitely an attraction and a positive addition to the landscape.
I got this information from Ladybird Johnson Wildflower Center, the OENOTHERA speciosa pink evening primrose.
Okay.
And you also got that information from them that was invasive?
Or
another source?
That's it, maybe another source. Let's see, hold on. No, I did not get that from Ladybird Johnson. I got it from another source, yeah.
Okay. What do we say? In Ladybird we trust? Yes. So if they don't say it's a problem, then don't worry about it.
Really? Okay. And that does well in a container, I would imagine. I know you sell it there at the nursery sometimes. I would assume it's the same thing, and the seeds are not sterile. You can't, in other words, you can't buy the plant and get sterile seed production. It's going to produce seed and rhizomes.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I've never seen it in a pot. I've only seen it in the wild.
Okay.
That is not
just. Okay, it says USDA native status, originally native only to central grasslands from Missouri and Nebraska, south to Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. And that's from Ladybird Johnson, but that it says originally native. But again, the word invasive does not come up on theirs. Okay. Yeah. So
yes, go for it. Not many people are doing that. That is, taking wildflowers and putting them in pots and using them in the landscape. So we will see. They have to produce seeds because those are components in many seed packets. So there you go. It has to produce seeds sometime. So, but that's the way I would go. I would collect the seed from it.
Well, and if it's the one we're thinking of, it's not going to be in your landscape. I mean, it's in the early spring, but it definitely doesn't take over.
Yeah.
All righty.
Okay. And prairie verbena is not a problem in terms of spreading out too much. I wanted to put in my flower bed itself.
Yeah.
Well, here's kind of the rule. You can put them in the flowers and everything like that, but they're natives.
Yeah.
They thrive on being neglected and abused.
Right.
And from the Texas weather. So you put it and you take care of it, it may not last very long.
Right. Well, it's going to be in an area where I wouldn't take care of it, so I've already thought that part
ideal.
out. So hopefully that'll work. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Ray. You take care. Good questions. All right, we're going to take a break. 210-308-8867. Back in a moment with more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Our number, 210-308-8867. Going to take a second to talk to you about Prusky's Market. Easter's on the way. And if you're looking to get the family together, nothing makes that family get-together better than delicious food. And nobody has better food than Prusky's Market, whether you're looking for ham or you're looking for beef or poultry or sausage, whatever your favorite Easter dish is. I am betting that Prusky's will be able to help you out to get great meats for that. So if you're not doing that and you just want to get together or you're doing some grilling or something, you need to go to Prusky's Market right there on Highway 87 in Atkins, Texas. It's a nice drive and you'll be so happy you made it. You know, great people, to outstanding service at Prusky's. They know you when you come back that second or third time, which is kind of fun. So it's an old-fashioned butcher shop experience where they'll help you get the right cut and the right size you need. Maybe there's just two of you and you're tired of getting, a huge thing of meat at just the counter. So go to the butcher counter and tell them what you got, and they'll help you out with it. All right, you can go to PruskysMeatMarket.com, PruskysMeatMarket.com.
I bet they would pack it individually as well.
They would, absolutely.
So
and they'll vacuum pack it.
1 or 2 steaks at a time,
Yep.
instead of a package of 8 or 10.
Yeah.
And that we can freeze.
Yep, and they'll vacuum pack it too, which if you're freezing it in that vacuum pack, it really helps with what do you call it? The burn, the
freezer burn.
Thank you, with the freezer burn and stuff. So, all right, 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. What else is going on?
You know what else I found out when you have good food?
What's that?
And relatives, you don't have to talk to them as long as your mouth is
Well, there you go. Just a little tip. Follow us for more tips on how to avoid your relatives. Edmund would like that. I know. All right. What else is going on, Trace? What should folks be doing now? Maybe that's a good way to... what was your training? We could talk about that, too.
What did we talk? We talked about overhead irrigation.
Oh. Okay.
Because it was raining. So we talked about no plant likes water on its head other than ferns. And even some of those, not necessarily so much, but ferns can do it, and that's about it. Everything else is detrimental. So anything that's blooming, the blooms are going to go bad faster.
Oh.
And there's certain plants that are life-threatened when they get a whole lot of overhead irrigation. It doesn't matter whether God is doing it or the person with the water hose is doing it. Everybody always takes their water hose and sprinkles things like pretending it's raining, and in some cases they kill their plants.
Huh.
So, for example, we talked about petunias.
Oh.
And pretty much every open bloom on petunias will have to be picked off because it's not going to get any better.
Oh.
But they'll rebloom. We talked about zinnias.
Yes.
Not liking overhead irrigation. Calvin perked up.
Yeah, he did.
So they can get powdery.
You know the magic words to get Calvin to...
They can get powdery mildew just by overhead irrigating at all, for that matter. Vinca, it's a life-threatening issue if they continually overhead irrigate. Liriope.
Oh.
Can get something called crown rot if it's repetitively overhead irrigated. Milton, never plant liriope where you have a sprinkler system.
Okay, and that's what I imagine.
And Diades doesn't like it either.
Okay.
So it'll get a rot right down the center.
You know what that is?
No. What?
Oh, I didn't think you did. What? Tell.
Crown rot?
No, Diades.
No, Diades. African iris would be a common name.
Butterfly.
Butterfly iris.
Oh, okay. Let me look it up. Okay.
Very, very good. Very good. Very tough plants.
Oh, good. But they don't.
But they don't like.
They don't like overhead irrigation. They don't mind their water, but they don't like it on their heads.
Okay. Well, that's good to know because you can control it.
You can control yourself.
Oh, it's pretty. Wood iris, is that the same?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
D-I-E-T-E-S.
Is it white with yellow?
There's a yellow with burgundy dots, and then there's a white with some purple dots, and I'm sure there's some other flavors, but those are the two most common.
Cool.
There's one called Katrina. I think
Do we
it's
sell
all
those?
white. We have the main two.
Okay, good. Oh, the Katrina. There's a Katrina on that one too.
There's a Katrina on that one that's like all white.
Oh, why was that Katrina? No.
I don't.
No
I don't know if
relationship
there's
to
any
the hurricane?
correlation
Okay.
or not.
Okay. Yeah, the sprinkler system would be probably the biggest culprit because, like, listening to you, I can control it. I can go out and water the potted plants and stuff. But, yeah, then the sprinkler system hits them in the morning or whatever I have.
So on my video this morning that we did here,
yeah.
and I or Milberger graciously lent me some of the props.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was a wand.
Oh, okay.
Because I like wands better than I like overhead or sprinklers, pop-up sprinklers, particularly oscillating sprinklers. I like my 3-arm sprinkler if I want to use a sprinkler.
You like the twirly?
The twirly.
I like the all-metal ones that don't have any moving parts, so then you only have to worry about the lime clogging up the holes.
Oh, okay.
In which case you could drop it in a bucket of vinegar.
Is that the same thing as he's talking about with the whirlybird?
No.
I know you don't like the.
No. Mine I like because you can drag it. You don't have to go turn the water hose off and move it. You can just grab the end of the hose, and you can't break the sprinkler.
Oh, okay.
Well, I guess you'd have to try.
Yeah.
You might be successful, Milton, but most people are not.
I might be. Yeah, I could do it. Yes,
but I like the wand.
Going. So
I like the wand because I can control my overhead versus maybe more root application like the staff does here with the potted plants.
Yeah.
So that's a segue.
Oh, okay.
Into drip or bubblers.
Bubblers.
Some cases, those are better choices. And if I remember correctly, SAWS has a program that will help you, not pay for the whole thing, but they will offset your bill if you convert heads to drip.
They used to.
Yeah, I'm thinking that may have
expired.
They have expired on that one.
Yeah, Mark and I were talking a little bit about well, no, I guess it wasn't Mark and I. It was somebody and I.
Go look at the
an irrigator.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that. But yes, the spray heads. At one time, we went to drip, and I think 2 years ago, the director made a decision to eliminate that. Certainly for commercial.
Yeah, and if you use the drip irrigation the way it was designed, then you'd save a lot of water and it's better for the plants. But a number of individuals or commercial concerns have converted it to using it like
every day.
Oh.
And it kind of defeats the whole purpose of drip irrigation.
And long number of hundreds of feet of individual emitters, usually spaced at every 12 inches. So each one of those was putting out a lot of water.
And it used to not be. We used to protect it because it was saved a lot of water and helped the plants.
But okay, I'm going to bring it back. Bring it back. Drip can be used very efficiently if designed correctly and scheduled correctly.
That's
Problem
right.
is, it sometimes it isn't or wasn't.
So it's not a turn it on when you turn on your grass.
Right.
It's a turn it on a lot longer, but a lot less frequent.
There you go.
That's
it.
So your system has to be designed in sections that actually make sense to do that.
Yeah, and one of the keys that Trace just mentioned is you turn it on early. You have to develop that root system for your peach trees or whatever it is, your vegetable garden, so that it is in the location where you have the limited amount of drip irrigation. And you can't start when it's 95 degrees outside in the middle of summer and have it work. You have to start it pretty early in the process.
Right. You're developing a nice root system, and one way to an extensive root system is use the drip correctly. And
the subsoil does not dry out very quickly, whereas the top does.
You're getting
that wasp is bugging you.
I don't even notice it.
Yeah, it's a good wasp.
I'll tell you a story about wasps off the air.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. Well,
off the air.
That's a good segue. We'll take a quick break. 210-308-8867 because we're up against one. 210-308-8867. What's your gardening question? Call us. I'm Milton Glueck with Dr. Calvin Finch. Mark Peterson. Trace is going to tell us a story right after this on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Our phone number 210-308-8867. We're live here at Milberger's at 1604 on Boulevardy Road. We encourage you to come visit with us and ask your gardening question in person. You got a question right before we started. It was about the what did he get? I'm trying to remember. Was it hollies or something? Or do you remember? Anyway, it's okay. I think you felt like it was too much water, or the water might be puddling or something.
Oh, it was actually there were 3 cedar elm trees.
That's right.
And one of them was they'd only been in place for about 7 or 8 months, and one of them was kind of showing a yellow color, and the roots were not solid. And
yeah.
So it was one of those explore the planting and see, make sure that it's not soggy, or that there's not a block, kind of a dry area. And it was backwards from what we normally find. You normally when you the one that was not performing was a smaller version of the other two, and so it was showing a symptom of just not being settled in. But I became convinced that it was going to come through and be, because a small one like that, and especially if he's doing some exploring, and instead of sprinkling with sprinkler, I suggested that he do hose at the point after he identified whether it was dry at the root ball, and so I think it'll recover fine.
Okay, well, you're welcome, like that gentleman, to come by, bring a picture on the phone, and sometimes that helps. And so, we encourage you to come on by and visit with us.
We brought up on drip irrigation, Mark. I generally think of drip irrigation not as creating an extensive root system. Quite often, it seems like on a drip system, like on a peach orchard, you would have 2 emitters there, and you would have the root system concentrated on small areas, and what you're doing is basically maintaining the plant during challenges in terms of water. So it's you're not. I don't think that you're creating a massive root system with a drip irrigation.
Yeah, and I said if designed correctly and scheduled correctly. So most drip irrigation is if they're going to use it initially, they were going to put like 2 bubblers next to a tree or something like that, and that's actually not the way to do it. Just spread the emitters out and slow early in the morning maybe, but you know how we tell people to put a hose next to a tree and run it, you're doing the same thing.
Okay.
With but limited water.
Yeah.
Very.
So in that way, if the emitter spacings are wider apart or spread wider apart, i.e., about 15 to 18 to 24 inches apart, and then that would help. And it may not be used to establish a tree initially, but it's there to
the key there on efficient drip irrigation is that you start early enough to develop that those two, if you've got two bubblers or two, you develop a root capability to take advantage of the water that comes out of those bubblers. Yeah, and it's a limited amount of water, so if you don't have that capability, if you start the drip too late in the process, then it does not give you the efficiency or the effectiveness that you want. If you're trying to suddenly start your drip irrigation when it's 95 degrees out, it's not going to work. So that's a factor. That's drip irrigation is not as simple as it sounds, but it can be very efficient, and it can does well with the plants if it's done right.
So we hear that all the time. Oh, drip irrigation, particularly from the irrigation community. So like, drip irrigation, that's going to be the savior of our water problems. Well, Calvin and I heard, it may be different now, but that was about 10, 20 years ago. Yeah, we heard it all the time. And it's not. Largely because it wasn't designed properly or scheduled properly.
In the old days,
or these other things that Calvin's talked about getting the root system started.
In the old days, it didn't work very well in the lawns, but then they figured out the technology, except it worked well in terms of producing a good lawn, but it was just like used as much water as a sprinkler.
Oh,
at least
really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so, because the regulations are different for drip irrigation. So they figured out how to do that with minimal, and how to do subsurface irrigation with minimal root intrusion.
Okay.
Yeah, if you run it every single day, it's not giving you the efficiency or the effectiveness of the way we used to imagine drip irrigation should work. How it did work.
Yeah.
If it's done right.
Cool.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But we have lots of stories. Calvin and I come to join us.
Yes.
Fireside chat
Drips.
Drips.
The two drips.
Yeah, the two drips. Talking about drip irrigation and the ways how and how not to do it.
We've been there, done that, huh?
Yeah.
All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867 to give us a call. Yes, sir. You were going to...
Oh, I was just thinking when
Don't forget to talk about
this drip irrigation. It would be interesting. I think a lot of backyard fruit growers like peaches and plums and things, the trees didn't do so well because of this drought. We did not do that. We talked about you gotta water them in August and July if they're gonna have new fruit this spring. And mine are exactly the same. That it did. I did not water them adequately in the middle of summer, so that they would be set to produce fruit. Now I've got a little bit of action on my Florida King, but and some blooms, but I'm not real confident that there'll be a lot of production. But if you're a gardener out there with backyard fruit, and you're having good luck in terms of June Golds and La Valenciana and our normal recommended selections, that'd be interesting to hear.
Oh, we got a drip.
Tell us why.
Do we have a drip question?
We have a drip question. James is on the line at 210-308-8867. Hi, James. You're talking to the drips. What's going on?
Well, it was almost raining out here in Guadalupe County out by Marion. It was almost raining, but it was kind of drizzling in between rain and drizzle.
That's kind of what we had over
Yeah,
here.
same here.
Yeah, Calvin was talking about getting the pressure compensating drip installed when the plant is young, so you can turn it on and then get the roots to establish around the drip area, which is really good advice, and that's what I do. And right underneath those drippers, I think they're 2 foot apart on the Japanese persimmon trees, and it's a ring around the tree, and they're 2 foot apart. And then I take that little auger on the end of a drill, and I drill right up underneath there down about 4 or 5 inches, and that's where I put my fertilizer and the azomite and different things that I want to fertilize the tree with, because that's where the most of the roots are, is underneath those drippers. And if you get that stuff established young in the tree life, you'll be happy.
Well, that's a good point.
Yeah, I like that 2 feet apart.
Yeah.
I wish more people would have the emitters 18 to 24 inches.
But that's where, when you have those 2 emitters and you get them in place early, you get that root system developed, then they're more efficient. They provide the efficiency that we expect from drip irrigation. And then that's the further step is what the way you described it is. You may as well take advantage of that efficiency with getting access the fertilizer, nutrients and everything, get access to that active root area.
Well, that's where the proliferation of roots are.
Yeah.
Is in that area. So if that's where your roots are, that's where your nutrients ought to be applied. The pressure compensating drip tubing is really tough stuff. It's mainline. I guess you could bury it. I put it on top of the ground so I know, where it's at and what's going on. But 2 foot spacing seems to be about right for the trees I'm growing. And they really do well with not very much water.
That's the way it should be. Sounds good.
Good deal. Thank you, James.
Okay, well, keep up the good work. And that young man was talking about the watering wand. And
yes, young man.
Young man.
Yeah.
I'm looking around. Milton's the youngest one up here.
And that's, if you know how to use that watering wand, I've been practicing for about 50 years. You can water underneath the tomato plant where it should be watered instead of watering on top of things. And that's a really good gardening tool if it's used correctly.
I like that I don't have to bend over to get it in the right place.
That's a good point, too. Okay, you guys keep up the good work.
Thank you, James. You take care. All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867.
We do sell watering wands.
I know.
So Milton.
Good deal. Yep. Those are really cool.
Of different lengths.
What's that?
Of different
lengths?
No, we don't anymore.
Oh, need one that's like
Well, I have some off brands that are short.
Okay.
But
so, yeah, we had some, I thought, 18-inch ones. And then we have the big gray ones right now.
Yeah. But, you can always use the big one, even if it's you need a little one, because you can just raise it up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think now, the wand. Okay.
Just like a baseball bat. Choke up.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Sad I had to come up with that analogy for you.
No. Guess what analogy we used this morning in the video?
What? Baseball
bat.
Okay. Was Trace part of the video?
No.
Oh, wow.
In fact, though,
great minds think alike.
I tried to make as much noise as I could, and apparently unsuccessful.
Oh, you should come just make animal noises, just like as Mark's talking, just like.
The forklift was making enough.
Oh, was it? Okay. But I think we'd all like to hear elephant noises and. Oh, there we go. There's the elephant again. All right. It's on irrigation. your video?
Things to do in April, and so we're talking about fertilizer and when to apply it.
Okay.
We had examples of your synthetic and organic here that you can purchase here, and the benefits of both. And then when to do it, remember, it's always after the second mowing of the grass.
Yep.
Well, as long as you let's bring that up. Tell folks, a lot of folks would love to be able to use organic fertilizer all the time, but remind them, Mark, what...
You're just going to have to use a lot more to get the same amount of nitrogen.
And earlier in the process.
Yeah. But that music says that we got to go for a
take a break. Get you caught up with the news. Back in a moment on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
We're back with Milberger's Gardening South Texas, live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery at 1604 in Bulverde Road. Come out to visit or call us at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. And now back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Milton Glueck with Dr. Calvin Finch and Mark Peterson. We're broadcasting live from Milberger's Landscaping and Nursery, where the overcast day has not kept the gardeners from coming out and getting stuff. But Dennis is on the line right now at 210-308-8867. What's going on, Dennis?
Yes, sir. Just checking in to ask a question.
Sure.
I've been shredding a lot of paper lately. I was wondering if that's good mulch for the gardens.
Well, that's a good question. I may be in your position soon.
How is the paper going to be used?
Just put it down like you would mulch around plants. I've got a veggie garden that a few veggies out there. I was just thinking of just sprinkling some around the base of the plants. I don't know if that's worth
laying it out like a strip, flat on the ground.
Kind of just sprinkling it around the whole garden bed.
Actually, it works pretty well, but it's a kind of a pain to have to do it. But if you're patient and like the process, it's not too bad. I know some people chop up the paper.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. I misunderstood him the first time, so I thought it was strips. But you're shredding it.
Yeah, he's shredding it like you would a document.
I have like a micro cut shredder.
Right.
Oh yeah, well that'd be much easier.
Very fine particles.
Yeah, I'm sorry I misunderstood you.
No problem.
Yeah, I've seen it both though. I've seen folks that are they laid it out, and it's amazing actually how long it lasts unless you have dogs that walk on it and things, but it can last several weeks. That flat paper.
I could once the plants or the process is done, I could still till that into the soil, right? It wouldn't.
Sure. So it's just cellulose, and so it's like compost or a mulch that has been decomposed.
Well, some folks will put the. When they chop up their personal papers and all, they put that in the compost pile.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That works too.
That gets rid of it too. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
I thought
a good
of doing
idea.
that too. Because I got a small compost pile, I could stuff some in there. But I was just going to sprinkle this fine ground up paper around the plants, around the base of the plants, and then just up and down the line. Because it's a couple of lines of veggie plants.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I think you got a plan, man.
Okay, well, good. Thank you very much. Appreciate the help.
You bet. All right.
See you later.
Yep, 210-308-8867. That's a good idea, too, because, you can put it actually, what the city encourages you to do is put it in the organic bin. I don't think it's in, I think you can put it in the organic bin. If I'm wrong, call me at 210-308-8867.
Well, yeah, you can put it. Yes, you can.
Well,
or the recycling bin, too.
Yeah, I put my paper in the recycling.
But not in organics. Not the green, the blue.
Just straight blue.
Blue? Okay, maybe I'm wrong on that.
I'm sure you can put it in the green.
I don't know. Call us.
You can put it in the green if
it's shredded. Yes.
If it's or if there's food, if it's related to food.
Yeah. No, then you don't.
Some like pizza boxes.
Right. Yeah. That's that goes in green. All right. 210-308-8867. Calvin, talk a little bit about your upcoming seminars and what's you're going to be in the Comal County AgriFest or something?
Yes, that's next Saturday, and I've been telling everybody that it starts at 9 o'clock, but that I was told yesterday that I'm supposed to be there at 9 o'clock, but the audience is supposed to be there at 9:30, and we're going to have to move fast.
Oh.
Because we got an hour, and we want to talk about the situation with the monarch butterflies, and also with their with the milkweed and the role that it plays in the breeding of monarch butterflies, and then we're also going to distribute the seeded containers. If you're willing to monitor those containers and report on the germination rate and also on transplanting success or lack of success you have. But that first program is next Saturday, and it's at 9:30 at the New Braunfels at the Texas Agriculture Extension Service offices there, and the address is, you got that?
I have the address right here. It's 325 Resource Drive in New Braunfels. That's off of Highway 46. Look for the big mulch piles.
Now, do they have to register for that one?
You don't have to, but it's best if you do. I'll be the people that register for sure will have the plants for them. But if you don't register, then we've got more than 30 individuals, then we won't be able to accommodate everybody on the plants. But you can attend the lecture.
Okay, good.
But since he's going to be in New Braunfels, do we have to get out the cutout of him and put it over there just in case?
Yeah. Can you throw your voice too?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, good. Okay.
Now let's also mention that there's on May 8th there's a class scheduled, relatively newly scheduled class in Floresville.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
For the Master Gardeners, the new Wilson County chapter of the Master Gardeners, and that'll be 6 p.m. in the evening. Mm-hmm. And the address, do you have that, Mark?
Yeah, I do. It's 1103 4th Street, Classroom 10 in Floresville. So it must be at either Extension or school or something like that.
And it's May 8th.
May 8th at 6, just like you said. Now, that phone number is 573-286-8953.
And the reason that 573, first three digits, is that's one of the Master Gardeners is taking those calls. So that's why they have that. Hey.
All right. 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. That was what was he getting? I couldn't tell the plants.
That looked like...
It looks like sweet potato vine. Yeah. And they were unloading that this morning off the carts. They had it yesterday, but the staff here was unloading the carts because that goes fast. I don't know if you remember, they had carts of it in the past, and people were just pulling it off.
Pulling them right off,
So I could say the sweet potato vine is here.
Yeah.
It's the lime green. They may have other versions, but I like the lime green one.
And it should survive for the rest of the summer.
It will only grow faster as it gets hotter.
Yeah, it's cold sensitive, but I don't expect it'll get down below freezing now.
And will you get sweet potatoes? Will you get sweet potatoes?
Probably not.
Oh.
Well, it depends on where you plant them, you might. I noticed a few gardeners have told us they got a few sweet potatoes, but I've never. The way I use them, kind of vines. And
I mean, it is a spectacular hanging basket or a container plant because it just grows and grows and grows, and it's just beautiful.
I seem to recall you. I think she was even a guest on the show, talking about sweet potato vine, and when Karen was on the show and saying, it just doesn't make a good something, and Karen's like,
what are you talking about?
It's all over my yard. Yeah, it's in the shade. It's in a bed. What are y'all doing? So anyway,
it is a warm weather. Hot.
Okay.
It's a hot plant.
Hot plant.
Well, and it does better in the shade. Come to think of it, as ornamental.
Okay.
In the landscape, but I think it survives pretty well in the sun too.
Yeah. I think it's just universal in that way.
What you reading?
Oh, I'm just seeing if there's anything more to add on this. I think Calvin covered it all.
On the sweet potato vine?
Yeah. No, on the
pollinators.
Pollinators.
Oh, you want to talk about your article, then? Did we?
Well, yeah, we're talking about. We've talked a lot about the pollinators that we have here. We had porterweed, and there's still at least one porterweed here. And we've got right next to it is the mistflower. Lots of wonderful mistflowers.
The two best, at this time of year, the two best.
And then we've
source of nectar.
Lots and lots of. We've seen tropical milkweed, and that's some blooming, and the rest of it's close to blooming. So that's available. There's some one flower over there. Zinnias.
Yeah. What could it be?
Yeah.
It could be.
Zinnias are another nectar plant that we talk about in the article, and also is just a favorite of monarchs and of hummingbirds. I have started seeing a bunch of hummingbirds.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I did see one this morning, a female, it looked like a female black chin.
Yeah.
And then I saw...
yesterday you told me.
Yeah, I saw what I thought looked to me like it was a male ruby throat. And you know what else? I got a call from a neighbor, Bart.
Yeah.
And he says,
Bart.
This is, Calvin, do you know you have a turkey in your backyard?
What?
Yeah, we've been...
his name is Dr. Calvin Finch.
For some reason, a group of turkeys
really?
I don't know if they got... they were raised by somebody in the neighborhood, and they just turned loose.
Yeah.
Or if they moved in from someplace else.
Huh.
But that neighborhood has a lot of brush and cover. And
I was going to say a lot of ingress and egress coming in from various creeks. A lot of brush and a lot of tall trees.
And I saw
which they like.
And they were close to the yard too. There were a couple of the. When I was out walking the dogs, there were a couple of Mexican eagles on the ground, which is not. There's a lot of them in the trees, but not usually on the ground. And then I was wondering if I was hoping that nobody. I didn't see the turkeys. I couldn't find the turkeys.
Oh.
But I was
saying. Would the
saying,
dogs have liked the turkeys?
Tilly came out with me. Of course, she knew that.
Yeah, something was.
Yeah, she says, "What was that phone call about?" Dad?
So go ahead.
You see the faces. Yeah.
So everybody.
See the faces of that.
We divide up responsibilities, and she said, "Well, life's her responsibility."
Okay. That's funny. I wonder. It'll be interesting. You'll have to give us turkey reports each week.
We see peacocks quite a bit. But, that's an adjacent neighborhood has a load of it.
Yeah.
The peacock. Well,
I remember them, and I said, Does your neighborhood have peacocks? Because I remember adjacent neighborhoods had it, and it was an issue.
Yeah.
Well, I know Judy and I, when we used to go to the coast or go on a vacation or something, and we'd come back, if we'd been gone a week, there would be peacocks that moved in. Again, they were sitting on the roof, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, they're pretty bold.
Are they?
Yeah, but they
Do you get peacock eggs?
no, I don't. I don't encourage them.
Oh, you don't encourage them? Okay.
Yeah, they're
No.
well, they're tough on landscapes.
Oh. What about ducks? I have now been recently, it's been explained to me that duck eggs are heavenly.
Are heavenly?
Yeah. That they're real rich, real yellow, super yolky. Yeah.
Well, I've
never had duck eggs before.
I always liked ducks.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need some ducks at your place.
Yeah. Then I've got several of the neighbors have chickens.
Oh. Do they bring you any eggs?
No.
No. Oh. We have
Chick-
we have chickens in our neighborhood too, but I never see any eggs.
Oh.
I know, right? But I wish we had ducks. All right. 210-308.
You can raise ducks.
Welcome to the Fowl Report.
That's right. Breaking news. All right. 210-308. We'll get off the duck and chicken talk and peacocks and turkeys. That's funny. Did the turkeys do any damage?
I don't. I've never seen them do any damage.
Yeah, because they're usually insectivorous.
Oh,
Insect eaters.
insectivores?
Yeah, insectivores. Thank you.
Yeah.
Particularly this time of year, if they are raising young.
Well, and that I wouldn't. That's a good point, Mark, because those big grasshoppers out there, they're prime target.
Well, yeah. Particularly when they're young, they don't want. You don't want the grasshoppers to get big. You want to hit them when they're young. But also a lot of the caterpillars, particularly cankerworms, that come down from the trees, or forest tin caterpillars, which are on the tree trunks. Yeah. That's prime food for turkeys.
Oh, so you may be grateful that you had turkeys. Okay, maybe not. All right. Again, 210-308-8867. 210-308-8867. Are we going to see an article in the paper about your turkeys at some point?
Maybe.
No,
I don't know.
Okay.
But
all right. Let's
see. Next, I was trying to think of what next Saturday.
I think you're doing the irrigation one, maybe next Saturday.
Irrigation.
No.
I think we were talking about the conversion to the expected San Augustine and Bermuda lawns.
That's right. That's what we're talking about.
Lawn grass.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, our weedy grasses are declining.
Oh, yes.
And regular grass should be emerging, and if you mow it twice, then it's time to fertilize.
Yep. So what can you do if you've got St. Augustine and it is patchy? Like in some places it's beautiful, nice and thick. In some places it's now dirt, soil.
Well, that's one of the issues that I brought up in that article. Quite often it's shady in spots.
Okay.
And as our landscapes have matured and our trees have matured, that gets to be more and more of an issue. And unfortunately, as we well know, a lot of our gardeners out there and homeowners out there, don't want to think in terms of, well, we don't have enough sun now for a decent lawn, and certainly the shade is probably more important than having a perfect lawn. But we've got so many options in terms of ground covers.
Yeah. So what would you suggest? What's a good ground cover?
Well, Asian jasmine.
So many.
Okay.
Yeah, Ruellia, Dwarf Ruellia we have here, and
I like in some areas I like the standard monkey grass.
Yeah.
I like old-fashioned ivy.
What do they call it if you have a classy name instead of monkey grass?
Oh, it's called Mondo.
Mondo
grass.
And,
standard. I don't like the dwarf. I think it's wimpy.
Okay.
But yeah, old-fashioned ivy.
Yeah.
But, hey, what about our Purple Heart?
Oh,
The indestructible Purple Heart.
yeah, we got plenty of that.
Yeah.
Boy, that came back right after the cold. It just,
No, but
just was,
most of those we talked about were evergreen, but Purple Heart isn't. But
no, but it
wouldn't
comes
be
back.
there in the wintertime.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to take a quick break, and then when we come back, Beth has a question about ball moss, I think, at 210-308-8867. Back in a moment. Hang on, Beth. And welcome back to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Hey, if you had some problems getting through before, Al's back, and he's ready to get your call and put you on the air with us. So call us at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867, where Beth is on the line. Hi, Beth. Welcome to Millburgers Gardening, South Texas. How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm doing great today. I just have a quick question about ball moss.
Sure, what's that?
We have several large oak trees and lots of ball moss, but we're getting all these like brown clusters, and it looks like polyester fiber fill, and they're all over the subdivision. And I was just the only thing I could think of is the ball moss seeds. Like if they had seeds that had little tendrils on them, but they're like clumped together. And I just didn't know how they propagated, and I kept looking it up, and I can't find anything.
Ooh,
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
Yeah, okay.
It has little seeds with little white puffy on the end.
Now, those clusters that you're seeing
Mm-hmm.
are probably a result of all that wind and that rain we had.
Okay.
I mean, the wind was knocking them down before the rain started, and then the more of them would come down with the rain. They've just goes to prove, that they're not really a parasite. I mean, they might have much attachment to the tree, but there are a lot of them up there, especially in live oak trees.
Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about that in years. But, yeah, I have seen that where, it's all white across the lawn or so, and but they're little tiny seeds with these little white tails on them.
I was thinking of those kind of clusters of the actual clusters out there, and the seeds are part of it, but it's
the clusters
it's amazing.
are brown.
Are they? There's
little tiny seeds in them, but it's like brown fiber, like really tiny brownish tendrils, like all knotted up together.
Huh. No, I've never heard of that.
Okay.
But they usually propagate themselves by the wind blowing these seeds, and so they're very light. So the fact that they're all knotted up now, hey, can you take a picture and send it to Milton?
I would love to take a picture, and I will send it to you.
All right, please
thank
do.
you.
Milton, what's your address again?
Just Milton@KLUP.com. Milton@KLUP.com. Okay, Beth?
That'd be really good. Thank you so much, guys.
Yeah,
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Beth.
All right, 210-308-8867. Yep, lines are free now, so call us at 210-308-8867. Let's get you on the air. You had some questions. We want to answer them at 210-308-8867. All right, so what else is going on in the... when does your video drop that you keep talking about?
We're on a tight schedule. We had some delays, so that's why we're doing it early this morning here at Millburgers. It's kind of our safety valve. Is Milton? Trace allows me to do it early in the morning. We do have the staff doing their work in the highway, but we work around it. So our monthly videos will drop on Gardening Volunteers of South Texas.org. Go gardening. And they drop on the first Friday of the month.
Okay, so that's coming up.
So, I say we're a little behind the time, so we're trying to get everything done. by tomorrow.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
I know.
A lot
it's
of
kind of
pressure.
short. But we may be in several parks tomorrow,
cool.
trying to get it done early in the morning. So if you walk in the parks, you may see me with some microphones.
Talking to the trees?
Talking to the trees.
Or interviewing the trees.
And turn your roots and cough, that type of thing.
Okay. We asked the cypress for its opinion. It refused comment.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. 210-308-8867.
But what we were talking about is lots of things. I kind of base it on a lot of the topics that we hear on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it is, when do we apply fertilizer? Well, we apply it towards the end of this month.
Okay.
After we've mowed the real grass twice. And then talked a little bit about the difference between the chemical and the organic type of fertilizers. And we ended that note, or we left people hanging, and we went to a break right now.
Mm-hmm.
So on the organic, what usually happens is we have to add or apply more quantity to get the same amount of nitrogen on the ground. And Calvin mentioned we do it sooner, and that is so true. This time of year we can do a little bit sooner with the organic, earlier in the month. But in the fall, when we do our fall fertilization, if we're doing organics, we tend to do it a little sooner. September sometimes, and October. October is a traditional time to put fertilizer down for turf and perennials. So we can do the organics a little sooner in the season.
Yeah, because it's all organics, all slow release.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like our 1959 that half of it is fast release nitrogen, the other half is slow release. Organic is just by structure is all slow release.
Okay.
And so if you want it, you want the nutrients to be available to your plant, you have to get them in place ahead of time, faster than the other artificial. Well, not artificial. The manufactured chemicals.
How did your what was it you were talking about before? I know you had some veggies and stuff growing. How are they doing?
Really? The potatoes are
that's right.
Doing well, and tomatoes. I still got those empty places. We're waiting for for my Thunderbirds and also for the Ruby Crush.
Now, what I'm going to suggest you do is what I'm going to suggest that everybody does. He says he has a lot coming in, theoretically, but call the nursery, get your name on the waiting list, so they'll call you when they come in. And that's 210-497-3760, 210-497-3760. Because that way, they come in Thursday, instead of Wednesday, you're getting a call on Thursday. But yeah, I mean, you can always call in too, but this is a nice little feature that they do and a nice little customer service thing. So, all right.
And peppers, there's a lot of peppers here.
There's a tremendous amount of peppers, all different kinds, all the way from the bells to the jalapenos, habaneros. So a little short on jalapenos, though.
And it's a good time to plant peppers.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. And I did finally get the seeds in some soil for the Rio Grande Gold. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I'll still get some.
We have the Rio Grande Gold. And did we plant the tomatoes? Or... we is the kind of the royal we, because I auctioned them off to the highest bidder at the Men's Garden Club.
Okay. I got a couple sprouts that I need to on those that need to plant. So
I'll have to torment the individual that got it in next week when the Men's Garden Club, which is the first Thursday of every month.
That's also coming up
at the San Antonio Garden Center at 6:30 to 8.
Okay. P.M.
Yes.
Don't get there early, although you'll have great parking at 6:30 a.m.
Yes, you might.
Mm-hmm.
You never know.
All right. 210-308-8867. Calvin, what else are you doing in your garden right now? Besides planting zinnias, how many did you get?
Oh,
or maybe
I planted. I started planting my. Help me.
Okay.
I'm
zinnias?
looking at it right here.
Oh no, your blue curl.
Porterweed. Porterweed.
Oh yeah.
Porterweed. I started today, and also I started planting some vinca, and also some of the mostly I planted pentas. And we've got a great selection of pentas here, especially the red and the white. I'm looking, and there's some pinks too. I saw today, in big containers. But
I'm holding off because I can't force myself to plant vinca before April 1st. So
I planted few.
Actually, May 1st.
And I've got zinnias to plant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many zinnias did you buy yesterday?
I just bought one flat of zinnias.
Oh, okay. Just looked like
one.
more.
Yeah. One flat of zinnias, one flat of vinca, 3 flats of
okay, wow.
pentas.
Are the zinnias on sale? I think they are, right? Let's see.
Zinnias are, yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't get any begonias, but boy,
the begonias are on sale. They got a great price on the begonias.
I'm watching for the whoppers.
Right, I was going to say, save yourself. Save yourself for the whoppers.
Oh. I transplanted one whopper back to its original house. Oh, should I trim it up? So what I found was in my haste to...
you broke it?
Well, it breaks pretty easily. But in my haste, the first time, because of the cold, to put it in a different pot and then bring that in the house.
Right.
The pot did not have any holes in the bottom, so there was no drainage. So this poor plant got waterlogged and just looked horrible. So I fixed that, but I've now moved it back to another one. But I'm trying to think, because it's all spindly without many leaves and stuff, if I should just trim it down or something, or just let it go. It'll sprout back.
I would kind of make sure it's draining.
Yeah. No, it's this pot it was happy in to begin with.
Yeah.
So my jaw is kind of like, what? You never checked the pot for drain holes?
I didn't. I'm not terrible.
That's kind of the first thing you do.
I'm ashamed of myself.
Okay. All right. We'll forgive you.
Thank you. But yes, so I was wondering, it's just when I moved it to do the transplant, like, because I guess after the rains,
it
was just all soupy. It's like,
Yeah. And it didn't smell.
No?
Well, okay.
Is that normally the next thing?
Normally the next thing, it's anaerobic, and so it will begin to smell.
Oh.
Of course, the begonias are pretty tolerant. Well,
that'll be a good test of it to see whether...
Yes.
They will
but anyway,
resist drought, and they'll resist the water.
But anyway, if you're transplanting plants like Milton was doing, and you have broken flowers or dead flowers, spent flowers, just pull those off.
Okay.
You're not hurting anything.
Cool, good. Hey, Jan's got a question now at 210-308-8867. Hey, Jan, what's going on?
Well, I have a flower bed under these 4 oak trees, and in time they've blowed leaves up in there instead of getting them out, and it's a mount now. It's like over a foot or more around each oak tree. And I'm wondering, is this going to hurt my oak trees?
The leaves?
Well, it's like dirt now.
Oh, okay. So, if it's just leaves, get them away. If it's dirt, I would definitely get them away from the base of the tree.
Okay, because it's built up pretty high now.
Yeah, I know. A lot of places it's tradition. And I'm like, I don't know how this tradition started.
I would not have had him done that if I'd known it was
Well,
happening.
you listen to the show.
I don't want a mountain out there in my yard.
Yeah, well, the leaves are not a threat.
But it's now, in time, it's like dirt.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it has debris mixed in with it, then it starts collecting moisture. And you want to get that away from the trunk of the tree, the root collar. But, if it's mostly just leaves, well, eventually you got to get rid of them, but it's not something you have to worry about today.
Okay. Okay. Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jan.
Enjoy your show.
Thank you. That's very nice of you. We're going to take a quick break. While we do, give us a call at 210-308-8867, 210-308-8867. Back in a moment with more of Milberger's Gardening South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. And welcome back to Milberger's Gardening South Texas. Trace has joined us in the porch. Should I show Trace the pictures too?
Sounds like I need glasses.
Okay, you're going to need glasses. So Beth had a question about something that's, I guess, showing up on our oaks near where the ball moss was.
Yeah, I can't I couldn't think of it on the trees or in the lawn that's blown down.
Oh, I can't remember either.
So Calvin kind of led me to the thought that
Does that help you at all?
down.
No. It's a good picture, but I have no idea.
Thank you. Good picture, Beth.
What did Trace?
Where am I? What am I doing?
Interpret? Is it related to the ball moss?
What do you think, Mark?
Looks like
Mark
brush.
is our ball.
Here it is, finally. I have my phone off.
Okay. Oh, you hadn't gotten it until? Okay.
Just now.
Okay. Trace, you want to talk while he's looking?
Sure. What about?
What do you want to talk about?
Houseplants coming.
Houseplants coming. Houseplants are coming. They're
going to show up Monday or Tuesday. Great. So we'll have a great selection out probably Thursday or Friday.
Yeah, because there's going to be that many, huh?
Yeah.
That's great. And you don't know whether Peter was excited about, we're getting this in. We've never been able to have that before.
I've stopped asking him.
Okay.
He gets a lot of interesting things that I've never heard of. I was trying to help him print labels and things.
Oh, okay.
And he said, well, I don't know. Do you know what this is? And I was like, no. Well, then you can't help me.
He's so nice. Anything out here? Milberger's is absolutely gorgeous. Did the roses not the roses. The roses look great,
roses,
by the way.
Oh, my gosh. Lots of blooms open.
Oh, don't they? They really do. And we have Grandma's yellow?
I believe so.
Yeah.
That's
I saw a lot of yellow. I'm
that's
presuming
Mr. Peterson's job to go look at roses.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yes?
No.
What?
I didn't go look this morning.
Okay. I'll look next time. But do you have any info for us yet?
No.
Oh, you're still kind of...
That's interesting. I don't think...
Did you ask Siri to identify it?
Siri doesn't know anything.
Do you have
you know what it looks like?
Do you have an
looks
iPhone? Because
like
you're going to be
old
cursed.
Plume.
He didn't mean it, Siri. No, he didn't. You're a good phone.
It looks like a plume from like a pampas grass or some kind of flower stalk. Anyway, so yes, this makes great radio. Sorry.
So while he's doing that, let me tell you a little story.
I missed that. Is there?
He had no idea.
He has no idea, basically.
So
Does it relate to the ball moss?
No, it's not related to ball moss at all.
So Milton, many, many years ago, this was almost this whole property was like a dry creek bed.
Okay.
And at some point, there was so much rain that there was huge sections were flooded.
Mm-hmm.
So if you walk out in the creek out there, which I don't suggest you do, but
right.
if you were, you will see grapevines growing in the trees.
Oh.
You will see cactus
growing
in the trees. Now, how does a cactus get 20 feet up in the air? The only thing we could come up with is the floodwaters were up that high.
Wow.
At one point.
Huh. Why are you giving us that statement?
No, could be.
Okay.
I don't think there are very many birds that eat the tunas. Could be. You could have maybe a raccoon up there depositing.
Oh.
But
possibly, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
It's not just one.
So if they're all along the same line, Oh, yeah. I bet there was some pads that were brought up there during the flood.
Yeah,
might have been Noah's Ark.
I've
a
learned not.
flood.
I always worry when I park in the little creek bed.
I don't.
Okay, that's smart. You've learned your lesson, or
no?
Okay, you don't want to learn your lesson.
So I have I used to park down in there all the time. I don't lately, but my 4Runner was lifted. So even under the worst circumstances, I didn't have to worry about my truck. I had to worry about getting to my truck.
Okay, yeah.
But I didn't have to worry about anything happening.
I was telling people on the air, Calvin was talking about the Romas again, and Mark mentioned it might be Wednesday, might be Thursday. So I just suggested people call in and get their name on the waiting list so they can get a call.
Sure, but Wednesday at some point.
Oh, okay.
Is that going to be 9 a.m.? Unlikely. Is that going to be 5 p.m.? Unlikely. Somewhere in between.
Okay. That's a big window, but okay, I get it.
So my answer is yes. Your fix is fine, or come in Thursday morning.
Oh, okay.
Because there will be a mad rush, but I will get the first 3.
Okay.
So,
before they even get off the truck.
Before they get off the truck, because I was told.
You have people waiting for you.
I have, yes.
And you have dogs that are hungry.
They don't know it yet, but yeah.
Okay. All right. 210-308-8867. Still have time, or come on by and ask your gardening question in person. JJ's on the line at 210-308-8867. JJ, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Good,
I wanted to ask about a pink vine that dies to the ground, and it has mega bees on it when it does bloom.
Coral vine or queen's crown is another name for it.
Yeah, I think it's a coral vine. Hey, do you pull off all those dead vines?
Yeah. Yep. You cut them to the ground, and when the weather's conducive, they'll leaf back out. But they generally don't bloom till much later in the year. But you should start getting some leaves out.
Yeah.
Cut all that stuff off because it's not going to get any better.
Okay. Hey, also, and you know how you're not supposed to put any kind of dirt around a tree trunk?
Correct.
Does that also go for plants also?
You bet.
Oh, okay. Do y'all have any sun goals over there yet?
I know I had at one point, but I'm pretty sure I don't. But
yes, sun gold tomatoes.
That's what he's asking for.
Yes,
right.
They had 1 or 2
plants,
and
that was a couple of hours ago.
Yeah, that was this morning because David was using them yesterday. And so I was helping Mary put them back this morning, and so I noticed there were 1 or 2.
Any chance of getting more of those?
Not this coming week. And the honest answer is, after this coming week, we probably won't buy any more tomatoes.
Yeah, it's be too late by then.
I'd love to say yes, but the right answer is probably not. If I can find some big ones, if I can find some that are already established in like at least a 1 gallon or a 10-inch pot, preferably, sure.
Yeah.
But that's not too likely.
Yeah, those are pretty popular, aren't they?
No, that's why we don't ever carry a whole lot of them. So there are particular people that love that tomato, but the average person isn't going to pick that one up.
Aren't those the oval ones, that yellow oval ones, or am I thinking of a Juliet?
No, that one's yellow and ovalish. Juliet's going to be red.
Okay. All righty, guys. Thanks a lot for all your help.
Thank you, JJ. All right, you got anything for Beth yet?
No, it looks more like a vine pod, South Texas vine pod. It's just exploded, and the seeds. Some of it looks like there's some seeds in there.
Okay,
seed pods in there.
What do you think, Calvin?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Yeah.
The way she described it didn't.
No. That's what I said. It looks like it, but the way it was lying out and everything, it didn't. It didn't come anything came to mind.
I was going to suggest a pterodactyl nest.
You think it's a pterodactyl? It happens more than you know.
I bet.
We get a call from Beth in about 2 months. I'm having pterodactyl problems. They're eating everything.
and it's not his bat nests either, is it?
No, it's not a bat nest. No, would that be a Trace's house? And no, it would not be a Trace's house.
No bats there.
All right. Hey, do you want to hear?
Want to say that about my? Never mind. Bad joke.
Okay, don't go there. I get in trouble. All right. Theoretically, just looking at the weather, it's going to be a nice week.
Except for Friday?
Except for Friday, but it's even nicer Friday. 30% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Friday night, 30% showers.
I'll take 60% Friday night.
Okay, 60 rather than the 30 in the morning. And then 40 on Saturday.
As long as it finishes by 7 a.m., I'm all right. Maybe 8. I'll tell you what, I'll give it to 8:30.
Okay.
But it's got to be done by then.
Okay, and let's see. Yeah, the highs are going to be in the low 90s, low to mid 90s.
Oh.
Well, and
wow.
Now, I'm sure Trace just forgot that we were going to have that program over there in New Braunfels on Saturday.
But isn't that indoors?
At 9 a.m.
Isn't that indoors?
Huh?
Isn't that indoors?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's...
Chance of rain indoors is pretty small.
Well,
there's just a
10%
chance.
Ask the Alamo Dome.
Oh, yeah, good point. And then do you know, let's talk about next on the 5th. We've got all kinds of great activities, including the blood drive.
Blood drive, that's what I remember. I think we have the Lions Club.
Yep, both of those are going to be here. If you go to the South Texas Blood and Tissue Center, you can see, or just go to Milberger's site, you can see the event online, and then you can click and register, which makes it easier. You can get all the paperwork out of the way and stuff, so you just come and donate blood, and Milberger's
I like it because they know how many buses to bring.
Yes.
So
I know that helps a lot.
Sometimes we have one bus, sometimes
not
2,
enough,
sometimes 3.
In which case, it could be that there's not enough people, but more buses, or vice versa.
Right.
Too many people, not enough buses.
Walk-ins, I'm sure, are welcome.
Yes,
but,
they are.
Signing up tells them how many bodies to bring.
Yeah.
Yep.
So go to milbergernursery.com to find out about that. milbergernursery.com. And you can find out about the blood drive and how to register, and then find out about the Lions Club doing the vision screening next week, too.
Bring your old glasses.
Yeah, get those old glasses that are like, what do I do with these? I don't know. Don't throw them away. Someone can use them. So just bring them to Milberger's on that day, and the Lions, I know they'll come talk to us.
I'm sure.
So you will hear an incredible story about how that pair of glasses that's just sitting in your drawer can change someone's life. It's hard to believe, but it can. It absolutely can. I'm not being hyperbolic.
Yeah, that's the word.
Yeah,
okay, thank you.
I think so.
Okay. All right. We have a guess about 3 minutes left. I want to make sure we cover everything. I don't know if you want me to say what's happening over there, which is that there's something missing, but they're coming in.
Yeah, but the sale will be over.
Oh, that's true.
So probably Thursday.
Okay.
We'll have some more of that Misty Salvia, which is a version of Mystic Spires that stays shorter. Beautiful color in the bloom.
Yeah,
and we got lots of tropical milkweed, and other nectar sources, including mistflower here.
You got any? You got any porterweed left?
One.
Yeah, one.
Yeah, I have one.
One. It's screaming.
Calvin will be selling them out of his backyard pretty soon.
I'll bet it doesn't stay here long. As soon as Calvin leaves, he'll probably buy it.
Oh, he might
feel like it's lonely.
He was shaking. He was just yesterday. He was like, okay, I'm okay. Okay, I can walk away.
Mary had some kind of a paid for little note. I thought she had somebody had already committed to it. But it was something else that they committed to.
Yeah, so
I've been committed before.
Have you been committed before? Oh, good for you.
We have Gara.
I heard you were crazy about it.
Yeah.
We have some wonderful Gara.
Mm-hmm.
And those
mistflower,
those lantanas are
and those
nice.
lantanas ready to go. You know, I've been also eyeing these at the Blackfoot daisy.
Yeah.
Very, very, very durable plant, and a very popular nectar source.
Where are they? Where am I looking?
The white with the yellow.
Oh, the white. Okay.
So we did that around my mailbox, and it was spectacular. Till my wife decided to cut it back because it was too big.
Oh.
Cut it back too hard at the wrong time of year, and so I came home and was like, So one of them came back, and that's all I got.
Is it filling back up or no?
It might eventually, but I won't.
You're not going to.
It's not going to. I can't wait.
You're not going to. Yeah, okay. All righty. Hey, listening, everybody. Anything, Chase, you get the last word today if you'd like it.
Houseplants.
Houseplants.
I got 3 words in. Oh, no, I got 6. Oh, I got 8.
All right. We're going to say goodbye for today on behalf of Trace and Calvin and Mark. I want to thank Al for doing a great job. And, of course, thank you for listening. Join us next week. Come on out to the blood drive. Donate blood. Donate. They need it. And we'll talk to them, too. And I'll bring those eyeglasses. I'm Milton Glueck. See you next week on Milberger's Gardening, South Texas on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.